2 years later, Backlash was such an abysmal mess, and now it's coming back. But it somehow might even top, okay, maybe not quite top last year, but there is one thing that I think is probably going alone that could top some of the crap that happened a couple years back. And that is the so-called greatest wrestling match ever. And I am definitely using air quotes on this because there is no way in hell that the match that this tagline is associated with is going to live up with it. We should just get that elephant out of the way right now, the elephant in the room. But there's still some other decent matches, but with recent shakeups, you might want to be a little worried. And a few matches, well, we'll just get to those when we get to those. I'm Coffee Lover 239. Heathy is finally back with us after being absent for Takeover in Your House. Welcome back, Heathy.
Hey guys.
And also returning as always, our resident John Moxley stan, Steven.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
And I finally got the tagline right as well, unlike last time where I botched it a little bit. It doesn't matter here, but let's go ahead and get on with it. Well, speak of the so-called greatest wrestling match ever, and here we are. Edge versus Randy Orton. At the Royal Rumble, WWE Hall of Famer Edge, who was forced to retire in 2011 due to a neck injury, returned during the eponymous match and eliminated his old Rated RKO tag team partner Randy Orton. Edge was soon eliminated by Roman Reigns, who was then eliminated by the eventual winner, Drew McIntyre. The feud became very personal, and Edge defeated Orton in a last man standing match during WrestleMania 36 Part 2, which looking back, could have been patched up a little bit better. On the May 11th episode of Raw, both men made their first post-WrestleMania appearance. Orton said that the better man won at WrestleMania, but questioned Edge if the better wrestler had actually won, noting that the Royal Rumble and Last Man Standing matches were non-traditional matches. Orton challenged Edge to a normal singles match at Backlash, and Edge accepted the following week, and then WWE started billing this match as the greatest wrestling match ever. And yes, I will continue to use air quotes every time we say that because there is no way in hell this match is going to live up to that tagline, like, at all. Edge is fine in the ring, but Orton, well, it's pretty basic, a more slower style, as he prefers to work that more for the stories that they tell on the program. So I don't know. And I feel like, in a way, that this tagline is kind of a rib against the people who were not exactly big fans of the Last Man Standing match during WrestleMania 36 Part 2. While that match did have some decent brutality here and there, at times the commentators sounded dead like it was a goddamn funeral, or say, a golf tournament or something like that. Jesus, I mean, the commentators for, like, the friggin' what is it that happened to Takeover in Your House? The Backlot Brawl. I want to say Demolition Match, because that's what it reminded me of, the Demolition Match from Def Jam 5 Free North. But the commentators there sounded more alive for that match than the WrestleMania commentators did for this friggin' match. And now they're going to actually have a traditional wrestling match. But who even knows? Who do you think's going to win?
Well, first of all, the tagline does not help anyone in the slightest. A lot of people say that this match is going to suck. I don't think that. I think the match will be decent. I think the expectations are way too high, however, for people to come out of the show fully satisfied with the match in question. As to who's going to win this match, it's 50-50. It depends on what they want to do with Edge moving forward, whether they want to move him into a new feud, say for SummerSlam, or if they want to continue this, which I could see them doing. But just for the sake of, if they have Orton lose this, it's going to make Orton look a bit weak, considering Edge is, I assume he is still has a bit of ring rust. I mean, he's only been in the Royal Rumble match, which has a lot of moving parts, and only one-on-one match has been a last man standing match, which doesn't require rest holds or chin locks, headlocks, none of that. So I'm going to go for a logical pick here. I'm going to go with Randy Orton.
I see. And, Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
I like both of these two. Not gonna lie, it's really hard. But if I had to choose one, still gonna push Edge since he just came back. Edge, but no, I love you, Randy, but Edge.
And already off the gate, we have a tiebreaker. Yeah, I'm sure the match itself will probably be fine, more than likely, though, but that tagline has not helped at all. As for looking at these two, where could you go with either of them? If you had Orton win, you could move him up, maybe feuding with Drew McIntyre a bit, maybe to have McIntyre, I don't know, slay through another member of the roster. What was that?
Seth. Randy will go after McIntyre next. Edge versus Seth.
That could work. That could work. It should you want to do Edge against Seth, but if Edge wins, you could still have him go against, I don't know, you could have him go against Seth Rollins, somewhere there's been desiring. I don't know, really. I mean, Edge still feels, God, it only feels like yesterday when I was raving about when he came back, and my God, we're halfway through the year, and I still can't get over that actually happened, and I don't know. I don't know. It really is a toss-up. You could go either way with either one. If you go with Orton, that's 50-50 booking, and... Ow, but who am I kidding? They're not above that, but... Eeny, meeny, miny... I'll just go with Edge. Can't go wrong with either one, though. And our next match is Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. On the May 11th episode of Raw, Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP, approached Bobby Lashley backstage and praised him for his victory from earlier that night. However, he questioned why Lashley was facing a mid-carder while King Corbin was being invited over from SmackDown to face WWE Champion Drew McIntyre in a non-title match. Hey, yeah, it was that stupid brand invitational crap. Yeah, they seemingly wrote that off pretty fast, but that's beside the point. So MVP noted that Lashley had not had a WWE Championship opportunity since 2007 and questioned when Lashley would show his true self. Excuse you. Lashley then aligned himself with MVP, which also enraged Lashley's wife, Lana. The following week, Lashley and MVP observed McIntyre's match against Corbin from the stage. After McIntyre defeated Corbin, McIntyre stated he wanted to face Lashley, who was held back by MVP. In the May 25th episode, it was confirmed that McIntyre would defend the WWE Championship against Lashley at Backlash. If you had built Lashley up to actually be this dominating beast, just tearing through people, I could actually buy into this. But no, the last thing was that I can really remember was that stupid fucking wedding angle that was just benefited nobody and was a complete waste of fucking time. That angle was a dumpster fire. And then again, he's then only goes back to beating up lower mid-carders and jobbers and all that shit. You then pair him with MVP as a as a mouthpiece because, well, Leo Rush is gone. And now look at this. Now you want me to really take him seriously? I'm sorry, I don't know if I can really buy that. And I have some very, very bad feelings about things because Paul Heyman had heavily lobbied for McIntyre to win the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar at Mania 36. But unfortunately, recently there's been some shakeups on the creative side of things for WWE, and Paul Heyman is no longer executive director of Raw, which means his creative control, whoosh, gone. And then that kind of makes me a little bit worried that someone somewhere may think that if Lashley versus Lesnar is actually gonna happen, that someone out there thinks it needs to have the title when it fucking doesn't. Hold on, just easy me. But yeah, it kind of sets some unworrying things, quite frankly, because McIntyre's still pretty early on in his reign, and for him to drop it this early, that's not a good idea. Please don't do that. Who do you think's gonna win?
Well, Lashley's booking is a red herring in two senses. One, it tries to deter from all of the previous stuff that Lashley's been going through the past few months with the wedding and basically doing nothing before that. It's also a red herring in the sense that how Lashley has been booked last month will not reflect the result of Backlash. It's way too early to have McIntyre drop the title, and I feel like McIntyre has, maybe he can revisit Rollins, maybe he can go to Orton, maybe he can go to Edge, but there's so many other avenues and rivalries he can explore, and I think he needs to do that as champion to prove himself as a top main eventer for years to come. So I'm going to go with not Lashley to win, I'm going to go with McIntyre to retain.
I see. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Simply Drew McIntyre. I want him to have a good title reign. So McIntyre.
Looks like here's our first unanimous decision. No surprise. I too think Drew McIntyre should retain. It's too early for him to drop, and yeah, like I said, if they do decide to do Lashley versus Lesnar at SummerSlam, let's just not have a title for a change. All right. All right. Next match. And our next match is Braun Strowman versus The Miz and John Morrison. Hey, no. In a 2-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Universal Championship. I know what you're all thinking. Is the roster that low on the totem pole? Is there really no credible challengers for Strowman that we have to have a fucking handicap match for the Universal Championship? Apparently so. I don't get it, dear viewers. I really, really don't. But let's just get this one over with. So at Money in the Bank, Braun Strowman defeated regular old Bray Wyatt to retain the Universal Championship. In the following episode of SmackDown, Strowman teamed with Mr. Money in the Bank, Otis Dozovic, to defeat The Miz and John Morrison. Hey, no. The following week, Miz and Morrison lambasted Strowman for teaming with Otis, whom they made fun of the week prior because he's Otis, and then stated their loss the previous week was unfair. You lie! Miz taunted Strowman about his match with Wyatt and questioned if Wyatt was actually finished with Strowman. Morrison then seemingly issued a challenge for Miz to face Strowman, who accepted and defeated Miz. Following the match, Morrison challenged Strowman to defend the Universal Championship against himself and Miz in a handicap match at Backlash, which was made official. So yeah, it's like I have a feeling they want to break Miz and Morrison up as a tag team, but then you realize, oh shit, the tag team division in SmackDown is very not good. It's a very wasteland, just yeah, it's very barren. And this is clearly just to buy time for Braun Strowman, because Bray Wyatt is actually away for the moment because JoJo had a kid. Yeah, him and JoJo had another kid. Congrats to them, but that's led to time off. May not be too long before he's back, so this is just biding time for Mr. Run Around the Ring Strowman until maybe either someone else comes along at the next pay-per-view, or then Wyatt actually comes back, unleashes the Fiend at that point, and takes back what she never should have lost at SummerSlam. Heathy, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, Coffee, I'm just going to give you a bit of an analogy, a bit of a backstory to why I'm picking my pick. Last week, UFC held their pay-per-view card, UFC 250. And the main event saw Amanda Nunes take on Felicia Spencer in a women's featherweight championship match. Looking at the betting odds, it was excruciatingly obvious that Amanda Nunes was the favourite. One man bet $1 million on Amanda Nunes to win, and she did. And he only took back $1.16 million, meaning that there was such a low return that he put so much money on the line to get the money that he decided from the result. Here's the thing: Braun Strowman probably has the same amount of betting odds. He's probably in the negative so much, just like Amanda Nunes, that it's almost impossible for Miz and Morrison to get a win here at Backlash. That's what I'm saying. There is absolutely an astronomical chance that they would pick up a win against Strowman. No, there isn't, because Strowman is 105% taking away this victory. There's no way. If you want to put $1 million on Strowman, you will probably get $1 million and about £200 back. all I'm saying is the betting odds are heavily in favor of Braun Strowman, and so is my storyline thinking here, because as you said, Bray Wyatt is waiting in the wings, and Money in the Bank, it wasn't the Fiend versus Strowman, it was this Firefly Funhouse gimmick Wyatt. We've still got the Fiend versus Strowman to go. That's where the money match is. That's a money match. So I think this is just a placeholder. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Strowman to absolutely tear Morrison and Miz alive, eat them like a pair of baby back ribs, and just absolutely dominate them. Yeah, Strowman for the win.
Easy to see why. Steven, what about you?
Braun Strowman's gonna beat these two.
Yep, another unanimous one. It's really, again, too early to drop the belt off of Strowman, and even then, you know he's gonna have to, and there's no chance in hell Miz and Morrison have, and, you just get them back in the tag division as soon as possible, because it needs all the help that it can get right now. And our next one is, Asuka versus Nia. She injures most girls. God damn it. Related to The Rock, so can't be fired. Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. At Money in the Bank, Asuka won the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The following night on Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch revealed that she was pregnant and announced a hiatus for maternity leave, and that the ladder match was actually for the title instead of a contract that granted a championship match. Thus, Asuka became the new Raw Women's Champion. And on the May 25th episode, Nia Jax, who was also in that ladder match, defeated fucking Android 18, Charlotte Flair, and Natalya in a triple threat match to become the #1 contender against Asuka for the title at Backlash. You think they would actually, I don't know, put someone like, I don't know, Bianca Belair? Where's Bianca Belair, Vince? And now I can say Vince, because Paul is, well, you know, he's been ousted, because he was just the scapegoat, like Eric Bischoff was all those months ago. But for real, though, you have friggin' Nia Jax, who, when she came back, did not improve at all, was just as reckless in the ring as before, damn near injuring Kairi Sane twice, one of them leaving a very, very nasty gash that they certainly as hell will want you to forget, but, too bad for them, the internet never forgets, and neither do we. And this is a mess here. It's like, and Shayna Baszler's just off waiting in the wings. I'm hoping they have her win at SummerSlam, and have her win what she should have fucking won at WrestleMania, and I will never probably let them live that down for a good while. But here's another thing. Another one that seems like a damn filler match. And you know what? It's so much filler, I don't even have anything else to say. Heathy, take it from here.
I mean, Backlash just feels like the placeholder pay-per-view right now, doesn't it? There's so many matches that are just being placated for the fans, while the real competitors get rolled in. We're waiting for Baszler versus Asuka. I mean, yeah, as you said, Baszler should have been the one to be beating Lynch at 36 and becoming champion, but alas, we have this match. As regards to Nia Jax, I'm just gonna read a text my sister sent me when Nia Jax popped up the ball after Mania. OMG, Nia Jax, WTF, thought she was dead, LOL.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, I mean, the fact that she's that forgetful really doesn't lend any credence to, you know, her opinion of being a worthy champion for Monday Night Raw. Yeah, this is the placeholder for Baszler. It just is. I mean, Asuka Baszler alongside Strowman Wyatt, probably alongside Edge Rollins, maybe alongside McIntyre Orton, are the money matches we're making for SummerSlam or beforehand, whatever July pay-per-view we're going to get served up with. So for that reason, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go with Asuka.
All right, Steven, who do you think is going to win?
Hey, Asuka.
Another unanimous one. Asuka it is. No surprise. Again, still too early for her. You starting to notice a pattern here, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, too early for Asuka to lose. And yeah, Asuka to retain. And our next match is Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus, and the first of 3 matches that, once again, have no background information on Wikipedia. But unlike last time, I'm actually bothered to pull them all up here from WWE.com. So, Hardy earned a victory in the last matchup with a shocking rally to seal a win. It was during, what was it here? What was it? The Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Yes, it was. Hardy earned the victory in the last matchup with a shocking rally to seal the win. The rivalry goes far beyond the ring, as Sheamus has had his sights set on Hardy throughout the iconic superstar's return to action. The charismatic Enigma was recently apprehended after a hit-and-run incident in the WWE Performance Center, but was released from custody by the Orlando police after passing required sobriety tests, therefore absolving Hardy of the charges. Hardy believed the Celtic Warrior was to blame for orchestrating the scheme, which is pretty much true, but Sheamus met those aspirations with a brutal bro kick, which basically just says, yes, I did screw Jeff Hardy. Will Sheamus deliver the crushing blow, or is Hardy ready to dispatch the latest roadblock in his comeback journey? So, yeah, this started from the whole Intercontinental Championship tournament match, which... the first round match, which was a stupid thing to book, just to book that early on. That's like the match you build for towards the finals. Not first round, knock them out early, and then they book themselves into a corner, so they use that whole thing to get out of them and book a match for these two. And, oh god, I haven't even gotten to the worst part yet, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, how do I put this? This segment hasn't aired yet on SmackDown, but word got out about it pretty damn fast. So, during the contract signing for their match, which apparently Jeff Hardy was forced to take a damn urine test because Sheamus didn't want to face a so-called junkie, and they had actual guys with goddamn hazmat suits. I swear to God, you cannot make this shit up. And I swear to God, Jeff Hardy takes the goddamn sample and decides to give Sheamus a bit of a golden shower, for lack of a better term. What's the serious fuck? Oh, that's Vince McMahon for you. He loves this type of shit. He thrives for fucking boogers and bathroom humor and semen, and he mocks God. He mocks God. Yeah, are you really surprised? I guess I shouldn't be. I guess I'm less surprised with this and more of the fact that it actually fucking happened. It's like, nope. Can't do this. Why you put us through this? Do you hate us that much? Can you actually just... God damn it, Heathy, take it from here.
Okay, so let's list this. We have violence, we have drugs, we have public urination, we have hit and runs, we have police arresting people for the wrong reasons. Well, this is like the best parody of America today ever. Being serious, I just had a look as Coffee was doing his introduction for this match, and turns out the next pay-per-view in July, and this is in July, by the way, the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules, and how fitting for Jeff Hardy, considering he is, and for lack of a better term, I'm pretty sure this is either Tommy Dreamer's nickname or someone else's, but the purveyor of violence. I mean, he's a purveyor of extreme Jeff Hardy. Like, he innovated a ladder match alongside Matt and Team 3D and ENC. So I think that's where the feud reaches its conclusion. I think this will be a penultimate match between the two, and you can't have Jeff Hardy win both matches. And I'm not an advocate. I'm not advocating for 50-50 booking, but it just seems like, why have Jeff Hardy win both matches? It's just like, you can play off the angle of, oh, you beat me in a normal match, but what if we go in my wheelhouse, go extreme? I mean, I think it's going to be a tainted victory for my pick, and my pick's Sheamus.
I see. Steven, who do you think's going to win?
I go with the man himself, I forgot his nickname, but Jeff.
The nickname for Hardy is the charismatic. I think it's charismatic. I don't even
Yes.
know. Yeah, got it. Thanks. I don't even know who to pick, quite frankly. And then do I really have to break this shit? I don't even know. It's another tough lose-lose situation.
Oh, side note, before you pick, I'd just like to point out that because we've all been in lockdown for the last 3 months, we're all going to come out looking as pale as Sheamus, so we can't really tell him we look stupid anymore.
No, that was for the hair. It's the hair that gets the people going. Believe me.
Trust me, check our hairstyles when we come out of it.
Well, I actually managed to get. Well, for some maybe, depending on where you live and if any barber shops are not open, or it depends. Whatever. Luckily, mine was able to, so I went and got one. Yeah, my haircut. So yeah. As for who do I go for? I don't know. It's a lose. I feel like you're in the corner again, because you have Hardy, who just still came back recently from all of this, so return is still fresh, and you still want him to look strong in this madness. But on the other hand, Sheamus as well. So I really don't know. Excuse me. And knowing them and their tendency to do 50-50 booking, I'm just going to put Sheamus down for now. I have a feeling if they do decide to have another match at Extreme Rules and Hardy's foray, it's possible that Hardy wins there. So yeah, I'll go with Sheamus. And our next match is Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iconics, in a triple threat tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Or shall I say the... oh, God. Or shall I say the Moronics, the Idiotics, the Stuponics, the Get Off My TV-onics. Is there anything I'm missing? I need to find some ones of my own.
Narcotics.
The Narcotics? Oh, you are so bad! Okay, let's go to WWE.com because, Wikipedia can't be asked to do it. So 4 teams have held the Women's Tag Team Championships, and 3 of them will be battling for the gold at Backlash. And so the SmackDown Women's Champion and the Boss are fresh off reclaiming the titles on SmackDown with a win over Bliss and Cross. Shocking, I know. And after an extended absence from the squared circle, the Iconics have made their intentions clear since their return. They want their titles back. Why? So you can have another run that goes absolutely nowhere like last time? I do not want to repeat. Will the role models use the opportunity as a launching point for a long title reign? Or will the former championship tandem once again claim tag team glory? What glory in this fucking division? It's a very, again, bare bones, barren, much like the Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions. Except this is even worse. There is rumors, basically, of them breaking up the Iconics, which would be a horrible, horrible idea, because they actually work better together than on their own. And if that's the case, then you might as well just scrap the fucking Women's Tag Team Championships altogether. I don't even know where to go from here. I have genuinely nothing. Heathy, do you have anything?
I mean, I'm in 2 headspaces here. I'm really happy for Bayley and Banks. They are, without doubt, the most charismatic women on the roster so far, and I'm happy for them to be tag champs. But at the same time, you have Sasha Banks and Bayley, a feud that's already made for the women's title, and to have them have all the titles, while it seems good, like it feels like a modern day power trip. I don't know. It just feels like the women's division isn't as stacked as like the Attitude Era's singles men's division. For that to be the case, so it feels a bit weird. So, who I think is going to win? I mean, there's other teams involved. You have Sane and Asuka if they do indeed want to go for the titles. You have. Oh yeah, they're in the match too. Oh god, I forgot about that.
Wait, who's in the match? Yeah, he cut out
yeah,
for a minute.
Yeah, basically this match is a bit of an afterthought. It should have just been Bliss and Cross versus the Iconics, really. It feels like Bayley and Banks have been shoehorned in for the sake of it. But you know what? I think we have the same running theme for a lot of matches here. Let the title win breathe. And you can't have that happen if the first challengers win the title. So I'm going to go with the retention here, Bayley and Banks to win.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with that. Apparently, there's rumors that they may finally get off their asses and actually do the Bayley and Banks feud, and then having them lose would essentially be the catalyst for this whole madness. But if you can't do the retention, but who even knows? Because there's been rumors that, oh, they're going to delay it again because they can't do it in front of a goddamn crowd. SummerSlam this year was supposed to be an excuse you. No, it was supposed to be in Boston, Sasha Banks' hometown, and they wanted her to get that huge pop.
Oh my god, I just got it.
What?
Okay, you know how Sasha Banks' nickname is a boss? Boston.
Yeah?
Boss Town.
Oh, good lord, that's just as bad as it's boss time, man. What is wrong with you? Okay, Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
I gotta go with Sasha and Bayley.
You know, I doubt SummerSlam's actually gonna be in front of at least originally, in the original plans that they wanted to do. So I have a feeling they're gonna push that fucking shit back yet again, as they always do. It's like, you cannot keep pushing it back, you know. You have to just bite the bullet and just do it. You can't keep putting this off forever, WWE. We want a Bayley-Sasha feud. You better do it at some point, or it's not gonna matter. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Sasha and Bayley to retain. I can't give a damn about any of this. And last but not least, Apollo Crews versus Andrade Cien Almas for the United States Championship. Once again, we venture back to WWE.com. Apollo Crews began his reign as United States Champion, hunting for a worthy challenger. Now the man whom he took the title from wants to end the search for him. Cruz will face Andrade for the United States title at Backlash after the former champion won a triple threat match on Raw to earn the opportunity. In a matchup with Kevin Owens and Angel Garza, who probably should have actually won looking back, Andrade capitalized on an opening provided by a KO stunner to Garza and pinned his close friend to claim his place in the championship match. The week prior, Cruz teamed with Owens to defeat Andrade and Garza in Red Brand Tag Team action. Will Cruz continue his dominance over Andrade and extend his reign? Will the simmering tensions within Zelina Vega's stable take Andrade's focus away from the task at hand? Alright, out of all the title reigns that were pretty damn early, I feel like Apollo Crews is definitely the earliest. I mean, when did he win the damn belt? What was it? If only they would have put the thing there so I don't have to pull up a separate page to do so. Come on, load. Scrolling, and it's only been about 18 days since he won the damn belt. And this is his first big main roster's title run. It's like, we waited 5 excruciating years for this. And now it's
Just like...
What?
Just like Sami Zayn.
Christ, except Sami Zayn's went... This, though, I think has a chance to actually thrive. But again, it's too early, and it's like... Angel Garza would have made the most sense, but no. You just go back to the former Andrade or the former champ Andrade with this whole mess. And it's like, there's rumors of having him break away from Zelina Vega, which would be a terrible fucking thing, really, because he's the one who really needs a mouthpiece more often than not. Angel Garza really kind of doesn't, for the most part, at least. But it's like, what are we even going to do? Like, are you going to give Andrade a different mouthpiece or something? I don't know. I mean, I'm glad Cruz won, but please, give him a good goddamn reign. Heathy, help me out and tell me what you think.
Okay, so here's what I think, and this is... You hear it here first. My opinion on Andrade. People say that life begins at conception. I say life begins when Andrade is horny and ladies be ovulating. Yeah, boy.
Especially Charlotte. You better get her knocked up soon because I can't take much more of the Android.
Yeah.
Continue.
Let's see some quantities. As to I think who's gonna win this match. I don't know. I mean, logic dictates that Apollo is bigger, but I think Andrade's packing. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with Andrade.
I see.
I'm
And
saying Andrade has a bigger penis.
oh, phrasing much.
Sorry, he has a bigger phallus.
Yeah, no. Well, whatever. Just
He has
Okay,
a, as JR would say, he has a huge slobber knocker.
Okay. I think you've said enough, quite frankly.
Cock.
What did I stop it, Monte? What did I tell you guys? I told you guys to
Big
not
poop.
derail this. Hey, shut up, Steven. Who do you think's gonna win?
I think. Sorry. They say this. I'm sorry. That was just funny. That was just funny. One time only. I think who's gonna win is Apollo.
And I'm going with
Because,
Apollo Cruz as well, and he's gonna try and derail it. Stop it! Stop!
Penis.
Easy! Enough!
Gonna poop on your mouth.
Enough! Shut up! I told you not to derail it, and this fucking
Poopy time.
included the shadow. Shut the fuck up!
Black and white music.
Shut-
That's a mixtape.
That's enough. Let's just fucking wrap this up. Boy, this pay-per-view seems a little bit on the filler side when I look back at it. I mean, is there really? Yeah, it kind of sort of is. I mean, what's even the point? You might as well have just had a takeover in your house and just let that be the end of it for June. But here we are, Backlash. Oh, whatever. Maybe the event will be decent, but who knows? Maybe not a lot of high expectations. You know what happens. The higher your expectations are, the lesser quality the pay-per-view turns out to be. And the lower expectations your pay-per-view are, the higher quality the pay-per-view turns out to be. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I think it is. Kind of a little. I want to thank Heathy as always for being here with me. Say bye, Heathy, but don't get out of hand.
Milk, lemonade.
That is, interesting. And now...
Are you my father?
I don't know. I told you not to. All right, Steven, I want to thank you as well for being here. Say bye.
And also, poop in my pants.
Stop it. Don't you fucking dare. I told you not to
Ladies and
derail it.
gentlemen, I did not get the job at Fruit Loops. My body is now your communion. Please, eat from me.
No
Drink from me.
thanks.
Eat
No,
from me.
No, thank
Wait,
you.
let me.
What?
Drink from me.
No!
Eat
You
from me.
cocksucker.
Drink from me.
Shut the fuck up! I
Eat
told
from
you!
me.
I told you not
Drink
to
from me.
derail it! I told you not to goddamn derail
Why
it!
did you care?
Because that's the type of shit that Vince McMahon gets off on.
See you guys on next people.
Steven.
Kumbaya, my lord.
I don't even know what we're gonna do
Kumbaya.
next. I mean, there's extreme rules.
I've got Corona.
Hey, I told you, this is the type of crap Vince McMahon gets off on, and holy shit, you're
Penis.
straining my throat. I don't even know what we're... Stop it! I don't even know what we're gonna do next, because Fyter Fest is just gonna be a television special, but then you have
that
extreme
stinks.
rules. I don't know if that's even gonna... I know, but it was supposed to be in London.
No, I farted.
You're gross. Okay, I don't
Your
know
coffee.
what...
No, you said I'm gross, so I said your coffee.
Whatever. I don't know what we're gonna do next. Either if we don't do Fyter Fest, we'll probably do Extreme Rules. I mean, it was a TV special. It is gonna be a special this year, and we didn't do this show podcast for Bash at the Beach. I almost said Backlash. Oops. But yeah, Bash at the Beach.
Hey, coffee. Do you want to hear a joke? It's a quick
shoot.
one. It's a really quick one.
Shoot.
Backlash, more like whiplash.
Yeah, let's just give ourselves a break from Fyter Fest and just enjoy that one. So we'll come back for the Land of Extreme, or well, we're not gonna be in the Land of Extreme because we're gonna probably be in the Performance Center. Hey, okay, you can stop that clip now. You can stop the clip, damn it! You just have it on a sound. Stop. You're gonna... Alright, we'll just see you for Extreme Rules, folks.